I must say, listening to you, I was joking with a few other people earlier on, and I said, no, this conversation is like me speaking to my younger me, and you really sound like the younger me. So, absolute music to my ears. I think you are doing a fantastic job.
I'm really at a point where I really want to learn as much as possible, expose myself to as many things as I could potentially expose myself to. I'm here at Mintek and I have access to so many great people.
Good afternoon, I'm Bedelia Theunissen. I'm the HR Executive Manager for Mintek.
Hi, my name is Basetsana Zondo. I'm an HR intern working in the same division as Ms. Bedelia Theunissen as an HR intern. You just mentioned that you've been here for 3 months. It honestly feels a bit longer than that. I feel like you've integrated very well into just us as Mintek and into the division.
I must agree with you. I think there's been quite a lot of engagement.
Yeah.
And yes, the team has really embraced me.
Yeah.
The business has embraced me, and I think that makes it so much easier.
Yeah, it's been a joy having you. I remember even one of the first few conversations that we had, and you mentioned something about really being passionate and believing in developing young talent and just mentoring, and you were really passionate about just seeing through and cultivating the next generation into the workspace and just embracing them and trying to nurture their talents and passions as well. So that's really a conversation that really resonated with me, and I was like, Mintek has made a right decision here with bringing her on board. So how have you been feeling?
Oh, that is music to my ears. I think, I always say that's the type of rewards that I really leverage off. It's, seeing and making a difference.
Yeah.
And for me, I think I've had lots of mentors, lots of coaches in my life. And the one word that I've always, that stood by me with my first mentor is, how do I know if I am, impacting others?
Yes.
And her words were, just pay it forward. You will find that you make an impact. And I think for me, over the years, I've had a few mentees, and I can proudly sit here today and say that a lot of them are HR executives.
Yes.
And when they send me postings on LinkedIn, I really feel very proud. And knowing that, I had
an impact in who they are now today.
That's good.
So it means I must keep you close if I want to be an executive one day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that stood out for me, I had good mentors,
yes,
and I had not so good mentors. And I think what made a difference is people had no insecurity in terms of who they are, what they stand for. And those ones really had an impact. They were able to share, knowledge, information, and they were able to also connect me with the right people.
Yeah, okay.
The ones that was not so good was where I found, people having insecurities and having the fear of you becoming better. And that's the one thing that I always promise myself, to say I will never do that. Because if one light lights another light,
yes,
it just becomes a brighter world.
Yes. And as someone that I look up to, as someone who has navigated their way into the domain and who is now an executive, what would you say are things that people as young as myself and who have aspirations of making it in this domain, what steps should we take, and how should we navigate decision making? You've mentioned that we should maybe align ourselves or look up to people who don't have any insecurities about their position and what they're doing. What other type of advice would you offer someone who is a junior and who wants to one day cement themselves in the industry?
I think that's a lovely question. I think for me it started with who I am, knowing who you are, staying solid in who you are, knowing your values and what you stand for. What are the things that you will do and not do, and really being true to yourself, because the world can demand a lot of things, and there's a lot of things that the world can demand that's not right.
Yes.
So it's really about staying true and being brave and courageous to take up the role to say this is not for me, because sometimes there's maybe great opportunities that's going to come your way, but it's not the right ones for you.
Yes.
So really staying true with that, and also identifying now where it is that you want to go, making those goals long-term and short-term goals, and having an action plan. I think, there's the saying that says, if you fail to plan, you'll fail.
Yes.
And it's not just a cliche.
Yeah.
You need to have it. And yes, life is going to throw its curveballs. But as long as you keep moving forward, you're still moving.
Yes, 100%. And it can seem so scary, but so long as you just keep on moving, then thank you for those words. Thank you so much.
So having said that, where do you find yourself in your career?
So I do try to not take these moments for granted, and to just go into my role with a mind of curiosity, being open to learning, being open to being adaptable and learning new things, because I've found that you can have a degree, but you'll always be learning something new every day, and that's what this experience has granted me, so I'm quite grateful for that.
You rightfully say that you can have degrees.
Yes.
Degrees is not what's going to make or break you. It's the attitude with which you enter the world.
Yes.
And from what I've seen, you've got a lot of potential. You've got the right attitude. So just keep doing that. And, I think do it for everyone.
Yes.
Don't be selective in terms of a person's title or who this person is, what they stand for. Do it for everybody, because that's where you make impact.
Thank you so much. I will not forget those words, and it feels very affirming to know that just me being who I am is not something that's it's something that's bringing value also to the division, to the people that I work with. So thank